This is gonna be risky. This is gonna be a tough one, but I'm just gonna let it out. So, what's up, everybody? My name is Big Airbnb. Welcome back. Even though I don't think anybody's watching. Oh man. It's okay to just be open. Be vulnerable. Of course, last time I did that, pretty much last year, kind of saw it turned out. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about it, but I pray to do this right, do it respectfully, and I pray that whatever I say, just, I just be at least relieved for holding it in so long about it. Because there was a reason I didn't want to, talk about it or anything. Thought I'd just move on, even though I was holding it in. But through the course around almost about a year now, I learned that I learned for myself that if I, really feel some type of way about something, whatever the case may be, uh, of course, I felt like I was done wrong. I should at least go talk to the person and, just let them know how I felt or what I thought. And of course, hopefully, maybe uh, we get a better understanding out of it. And there's times, there's no guarantee a person may agree or disagree or ask for forgiveness or any of that sort. There's no guarantee. But most important thing is you do your part. Well, I do my part the right way unto the Lord my God, and hope that all's well and take care. Oh man. But let me go ahead. Even though, yeah, even though many people do not know about me, yeah, I understand. And I'm pretty sure some of you know about me that you probably know me or see me from Seiko's channel and all that. And, you know, I understand that probably some people already have or a judgment about me just being on this channel frequently and all that. And one way, I don't know. I get it, but at the same time, it just mm, being misunderstood of who I am. But I'll just go ahead and express it right now. My name is Big Being Me. Uh, my real name is Brandon. What's up? And I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. So, I started from a young age. Grew up in the church. Knew 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 some things about God, but I ended up leaning to my own understanding. And when I did that, I became prideful, hypocritical, self-righteous, this, that, and the other. And around November 2020, no, not November, well, around 2021 is when I took the time to examine myself and realized I was empty and I was not happy. I was desperately in need of something. So around that year, I decided to just pick up the Bible and not just read it like I did before, but decided to read intently just to seek out something. And around November 2021, that is when I came to receive eternal life. Meaning, that is when I believe in Jesus Christ, or Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And when that happened, I was full of joy. I was, I felt peace. I was happy. I was free from fear of death, free from guilt and shame. God has changed me from the inside out. And most definitely, I'm glad to know I'll be in heaven when I die. Well, I'll be in heaven when I die. And that's a beautiful love that God showed and a beautiful assurance that He promised. And I thank God for that. And that's just a little bit of myself here. Of course, while I'm doing this, and this video may be long, and I don't know if I'm even gonna post this video or not, but if it's out there, it's out there. But while I'm doing this, it's just simply um, just be open, be clear. I believe that being a believer, being a follower of Jesus Christ, we should be honest. We should be open. And you open to reason, open to understand others, despite we agree or disagree or stuff like that. I mean, that's just me. Of course, ever since I remember trying to memorize Romans chapter 12, and it was a response. And I remember when I first started is how Alexander Pagani decided to how do you say this? He indirectly went at Corey Minor and kind of accused his character and stuff, and I was like, that's not. I mean, I remember I read it, and then what Alexander Pagani did, this motivated me just memorize Romans chapter 12 to seek and have a better understanding of what it means to be a Christian, or what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. But I didn't think that was very Christ-like of him for doing that. But it is what it is. Let me find. I'm being slow on the pages right now. I'm trying to do my best. I know I don't have my camera on me or anything. You just seen this PowerPoint and have my voice here, but let me go ahead and say this. What is it? I try to remember. Man, sorry about that. Oh, there you go. Let's see where I start at. I'll start at Romans chapter 12. I'll start at verse 9. I'll start the whole chapter if you don't mind. But some probably may skip over because I'm rambling. But let me go ahead. And I'm reading from King James Version, and I will explain that part when I be open about, some other stuff. But Romans chapter 12. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that's good and acceptable and perfect will of God. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man a measure of faith. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Christ, and every one members one of another. Having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us waive our ministry, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth, with diligence. He that sheweth mercy, with cheerfulness. And now on the next passage, I'll start in verse 9, says this. Let love be without dissimulation, which means like genuine, true, stuff like that, not fake. let me read again. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, and honor preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, giving to hospitality. Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lying in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Therefore, if thy enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans chapter 12. And I didn't plan on doing any Bible study and stuff like that. And plus, I don't personally. I'm not the guy that should do some type of Bible study type channel and all that stuff. I don't think I'm qualified to do that. Even though did teaching before, did couple. I should say couple of teaching before in my lifetime, but and apparently it looks like I'm probably gonna do another one soon in my lifetime, and y'all pray for me on that one. But the most verse to me for this motivation of this video, I'm stirred up to do this. Just want to let it out. Want to, you know, continue one time. Like, whew, I let it out there. I let it out there. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen or what people going to do to me or whatnot, but I'm going to let it out there. You may not like it. I mean, I hope you can at least respect it at least. But other than that, I'm just gonna just gonna do it. But so provide things on the side of all men. That's what I'm looking forward to doing in this little talk here. So of course, yeah. So first off, let me talk about the reason why. So honestly, I was there on Sego's Live about on the call. It was like so today's Monday. This is yesterday was Sunday. About the call, it was between Seiko and Corey Mott's conversation. Now, as from our seeing from the comments, a lot of people do not agree with revealing private conversation between the two. Now, to me, of course, Seiko gave his reason about why and why. People may like it. People may understand. People may don't want to understand or don't like it or whatever the case may be. Okay. But he gave his reason. Okay. But but what I mostly take away is about the comments. There has been a lot of comments that I ever seen concerning this matter here. And it was like, dang. Dang, this one kind of like popped the bubble right here. Like this just everybody just want to let out their not let out their how they feel in the comment section. I'm like, dang. But yeah, it got crazy. But yeah. So I saw the conversation and all that stuff, and you know, that and there. And I may talk about a little bit and go from there. So, oh man, where I want to start with letting out. So, I'm gonna talk about. Let's just talk about what actually stirred up. Well, the comments and all that stuff, kind of stirred up. But I want to go all the way back to almost about a year ago, uh, Was it was it June or July? Unfortunately, I can't remember. But it was when I posted a report in the beginning of the month, and then I believe it was on July, but in the beginning of the month, and then 3 months after, um, it caught some wind at that point in the community. It got to a point, and part of me, part of me believes that the reason the response from Montana Viking, April Chapman, Daryl Fisher, Michael Williams, and now, I think the response went away it did because, Seiko, he made an announcement pretty much going to interview with me, which I willingly accept. I was like, I wouldn't mind, coming on. But I think what happened right there when he did that, I think it just sparked a reaction from others to do a live stream, do videos and stuff like that. And, it just went on from there. And I'll just lay it out right here. How do I start this? So, first one I found out was about Montana Viking. And, I don't know much about him. I knew I was subscribed to his channel at first. I think I watched his live one time and stuff like that. But other than that, I see him as a brother and stuff like that. Not saying I'm a brother and stuff like that. My bad. But I was so I went to his live and all that, see, what's he talking about and stuff. And now I will say this, I haven't watched the whole live stream or anything at that point. I watched a little bit of it, and there's a reason why I do that. So I came onto the live, I was, listening to him talking and everything, and you know, he kind of like joked around and stuff like that. And he was like, "Who?" And I was like, "Who wrote this? I mean, is it Julie Royce and stuff like that?" And then uh, he he kind of jokingly thinking that I was like a King James onlyist because when he looked at my Twitter, he saw that I had posted scriptures before, and it was in King James version only, and to express that. The only reason, and I had expressed it before on Latin, Cure for the Soul Ministry live stream at that point, and shout out to her. Love that sister. I love her. I love her. And I hope she's doing well. But the reason why I prefer King James version is mainly because I grew up with it ever since I was young. Now I started out having the NIV Bible when I was a child. Then I remember going to the church back then, and there was putting up scriptures on the screen, and I had a hard time following through with the NIV version I had. So I I asked, of course, I asked my mom if I could get this certain version of Bible so that I can actually keep track on what the pastor is saying and all that stuff. So I think first I got the New King James Version Bible, but it's a small Bible which I still got to this day. I just I left that at my other home. But then later on. I don't know when this happened. Let me look at the date. I got a date written on there. I so I was gifted this King James Version Bible. This they call it gift Bible. Uh, there used to be a Lifeway store back then, but it's closed now. But I was gifted this is King James Version Bible from my mother, and it was back in December 31st, 2011. And I had this Bible ever since then. Now, of course, me being me depending on my own mind and everything, I neglected it, and I didn't take care of it. Oh, with my dumb self, tossed it up in the air outside on the concrete, fell multiple times. So it's been beaten and battered so many times. So yeah, but I still got it. I try to take better care of it. because this is God's holy word right here. So of course I feel so bad not realizing that. I was like, man, I'm sorry. I didn't take care of this Bible. If I would take care of this Bible, it would have been in better shape than it is right now. But I'm gonna have to live with it, and I'm do everything I can to take care of it before it actually completely fall apart, because it's actually falling apart, y'all. If I actually take a picture of it, you probably may see. But um, of course, it's not the time to do that now. But going back to the whole Montana Viking thing, so yeah, he was doing that, all that stuff. Then I saw K-Dub, consider him as a brother. I had subscribed to him. I've been mostly, and I would say this, and I believe I cleared it up on the report, but I'd say K-Dub, K-Dub was one of the people that I would watch the most at the time. And, you know, I just grew to like the brother. And, I interact in the comment section and everything and stuff like that. I mean, I appreciate what he has done. But due to my, report, giving my thoughts and everything, he made a comment that said this report is about defending someone's sin, which understandably that's how he thinks because, how you say it, convince his own mind that Seiko is in sin. Okay, okay, and of course he had that little hashtag in the live chat section where he said hashtag Seiko did nothing wrong, and of course Montana Viking put it kind of like under his title. I don't know how y'all do. I'm pretty much with the title say hashtag Seiko did nothing wrong, which I'll say this. I personally took it as a mock to me. I took it as a mock towards me and in a disrespectful way as well. I felt disrespected, and I was like expressing why couldn't they talk to me and all that stuff. But of course, I had to learn. If this is how they want to go, if this is how everybody want to go, okay, cool. I put the report out publicly. Therefore, they want to express their opinions publicly about my report and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But of course, I left it in the report, like at the end of the report, that they didn't want to, if they disagree or agree with me, that's fine. They want to, talk to me about something, help me have a better understanding of, what it is, and I'm open to hear. But it just, it hurt my heart when that happened. Then, I was trying to calm down. I was trying to hold in. I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I even got tagged on Twitter at one point and saying, I basically somebody said that my report was dumpster fire. I was like, dang, are you serious? I was like, I was like laughing, but I was like, dang, I was laughing and hurt at the same time. I'm gonna be real. I was like, dang, are you serious? Well, it is what it is. And of course, whatever the guy meant by, claiming either he believes I'm lying that I took the time to do it, or um, he does believe so, just think it was dumpster fire. I don't know. But it is what it is. Uh, but that's right. But that was like the whole day right there that I went through while going out, spending time with my family and stuff like that. Then the next day, and this was pretty much the day, and this one I found out on the day of when I was going to camp up with Seiko. I found out that I found out about the video, the short specifically, the next day. At first, I wasn't gonna watch it. I was trying to ignore the noise. I was trying to stay focused and try because I'm not trying. I did not want to get riled up on the negative reaction. I was trying to because I wanted to be respectful still. I want to be consistent of who I am and not let others how they feel about me and stuff like that, change the way how I do things. But but at one point I decided to look at it on that day, and therefore I saw the video with April Chapman Michael Williams and Daryl Christian decided to make a video, and of course April trashed down my report, which I was hurt because now Michael Williams, only thing I know about is that Echo the Soundbites video. Daryl Christian, I was subscribed to him at one point, and I think the most notable thing that I remember about him was the Andy Stanley videos and him talking about Julie Royce and April Chapman. I was subscribed to her. I watched a couple of the videos and stuff like that. And during around that time, I was on track and trying to, do the Bible memory challenge and stuff like that. And, you know, uh, and of course, I love the sister for sure. But seeing her doing that, I was honestly hurt as well. I was honestly hurt as well. And I felt disrespected by all three of them. And I mean, it is what it is, and I mean, I'm just letting this put out there for all those five individuals. I felt disrespected by how these guys respond, and and I'm just leaving it out there. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but it is what it is. But I'm just gonna let it out there. I felt disrespected. I just want to let y'all know. Of course, I continue on. Then, of course, I got into a lot late because I was just getting home, spending time with family. Then I went ahead, say what I need to say, went over with Seiko and stuff like that, and that's it. But, yeah, you know, it was definitely tough, and of course, at that point in time, I mean, if y'all watch the live, y'all clearly see me, and I was like literally crying. I was literally crying. Yeah, I guess because all the emotions I felt from those five individuals and plus many more. And I was like, I just wish, I just wish people, you know, could at least understand, at least from a brother. But I got treated like I was an enemy, and I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. It hurt, but I gotta keep going forward. Gotta keep going forward, man. And yeah, and of course, you're probably wondering, you know, what was my well, I don't know. I don't know if people really care what my intention was, but my intention of writing that report was, and I think I expressed it in the videos before it got released. And I just want to, help people out and then just give my thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. Um, but I mentioned about Wholehearted Christian. I love that brother. I just disagree about how he about his opinions about his video or how he did it. So I did also, what was it? I also did disagree with Bomb Line Dad on his video and G20. Oh, was it G20? Dang, I'm sorry. I know it's Ricky Gantz, but I can't remember how did this YouTube channel goes. I can't remember, but I did disagree with him by debate on this video, and I even disagree on Michael Williams on how he conveyed on his Echo Soundbites video. Uh, of course, I had two email responses about related to my report. One, you know, thank me for it, and I appreciate, the brother. I hope he's doing well. They did read the report and they had disagreements with me about it. It was me, and probably comes off as it looks like they do believe that Seiko is in sin, and they believe I was very biased on my opinion about the Michael Williams video, which it is what it is. Which it is what it is. You know, I try my best to be fair. I try my best to be fair and try to do it right. And of course, and I guess another thing I was hurt about the disrespect, where I felt like because I didn't see any reason from my report that I did that I was disrespectful at least my intention was not trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to be respectful, give my opinions and so on and so forth. But it just came off like I was just how do you say this? I guess from what I learned now that I guess people who are supporting Seiko is a part of the cult apparently. I guess they thought I was like part of the cult and all that instead of just being a regular human being who is a believer, a regular human being who's a brother in the Lord who has a reason why he watches Seiko Woods and supports him. I mean, it is what it is. But man, but um, so I guess that's what it is. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel at the moment. So far, laid out how I felt um about the about the response and everything. And I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Just letting that out. What else? Um, I try to figure out what else to talk about. Should I jump straight to you about the call or anything, or just his whole issue? So, uh, mm, well, I guess I'll talk about whole thing about the Seiko and Corey issue. Pretty much it did started when Corey decided to make a video, and he has every right to. And he said what he said, and went on from there. Things about that video, I disagree with. I did. I mean, I'll just be straight up. I disagree about the whole acid grind. What Julie Roy had an acid grind. And I think Corey was either Corey. I can't remember. I had a live chat up, and I think Corey was responding to the comment as well during that time, but he just said that he believed that Julie Royce had an axe to grind, and I had to disagree with that because I personally don't think, based off her writing, that it did. Based off her writing, it didn't look like she had an axe to grind. She just covered a report, especially when someone that actually went to her and wanted to tell her the story about how the whole excommunication thing happened and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. So I didn't think it came off that way, but I guess some people actually did think that way and stuff like that. So it was like that. And I definitely, and that's another thing too about Zero Christian, and I'm not sure who, I think Montana Viking did something too. Made a comment about Julie Royce at one point, but whoever else may be, I did not agree with the whole disrespecting someone um, just because they have a certain view or something like that. But I'd say come to find out, like I say, I don't know anything about Julie Royce or stuff like that, but there's something that came out uh, where it didn't look like she really um, was it egalitarian or something like that. And of course, one time, and this another thing. So the whole Dero Christian's book review and everything, he did what he did, and I really believe that he was being honest and he did it all in love at the time until Seiko go ahead, he revealed it, gave, reading the passage and everything, and I was like, hold up. So you telling me that this man Daryl Christian really lied? You mean to tell me that? Man, I was hurt, man. And with the way they were going at Julie Royce, I get it. I mean, they disagree with her on stuff, fine. But man, I was like, whoa. Who said it was okay to come at someone just because you disagree with them? Was that Christ-like? I, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's like people want to change the meaning of what it means to be like Christ on YouTube. I mean, I don't know. But it is what it is. Uh, so yeah, but um, and honestly, for me, I believe Julia Royce really comes off as a sister in the Lord, even though I don't know much about her. Um, even if she even does have something that's not biblical, that doesn't mean that I just go out of the way to just disrespect someone. That's like me going out of my way. Um, that's like me going out of my way, whether they're a believer or a non-believer, and just go ahead and insult them. I mean, for me, that's not my mindset when it comes to talking about others. Yeah, I may feel disgusted or some way, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to just insult someone. I may say, I can't, I don't agree with that, or I don't rock with that. I mean, I don't know. I just can't see myself actually doing that when I meet with a person face to face. But yeah. Uh, let's say, I guess, you know what, I'll go ahead and talk about the John Arthur deal. So, I'm pretty sure. So, John MacArthur, I found out about him just about you know, this is just about close to the end of 2021 when I find out about the John MacArthur, the Jodie Barker, and all that stuff. So basically, the vast majority of my life, I have no idea who these men are. But apparently, they've been around for a long time. John MacArthur got 50 years in the ministry. And from the clips alone, I didn't watch sermons, I watched clips alone. They had some good teaching and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I said, all right, they're all brothers in the Lord. That's awesome. Great. And then this story came out, and it was hard to believe at first, but once I actually looked into it on the Royce Report and the court documents and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, I think it's safe to say that John MacArthur is in the wrong. And apparently now, I think either last year or this year, I don't know. But apparently now, the former elder of Grace Community Church pretty much came out and talking about how he investigated and stuff, and pretty much made a conclusion that the elders, handled it wrong, and they need to make it right. But John just said, forget about it, and the elders, they gave him an ultimatum whether he pushed back on the report or he should or leave, and Honcho decided to leave. Well then, bold move, my man, my brother. But man, so even though I'm not as attached to Jarvis Dodger than I am to probably most of y'all there, but I'll be real, it was disappointing. It definitely sucked finding out about it. I do believe he has to make it right, but hearing that the fact that he don't want to make it right, it's like, dang man, like I can't rock with you on that. Um, and of course that whole thing about Eileen Gray being a sin because she's not going back to her husband who was abusing her. I don't know why they didn't charge David. I mean, he written himself down of what he did, but they decided not to look at the paper. And to charge Eileen Gray with sin for being separate from her husband and not going back to him, you should go back to why. I mean, you should look into, okay, in a sense, you should look into why, okay, why she's sinning against him. Well, it's because he's sinning against her. in a sense that I can make right there. If you're gonna say only grace and sin for leaving her husband, at least understand why it happened. And once you get to understand why it happened, okay, you can all see lead up to David Grayson's sin for abusing his wife, not being a a husband that God's holy word instructed us to be, and so on and so forth. And and then man, and then this year I found out that there was like actual court documents of the children testifying and stuff like that. Finding out he actually, I don't know what word I can actually use right here, but he basically got physical with them in a very, very bad way. And I'm not, well, in a very, very bad way that is, should be forbidden. With, I was like, man, I was like, you telling me that they push, they put the sister out and they did not do anything with, David Gray to have, I mean, I guess what you're trying to say, I know, and I know, y'all heard this before. I know I'm pretty much sounding like a broken record, saying the same thing that everybody else is saying, but think about it, y'all. What's more loving? As a follower of Jesus Christ, what is more loving? Is it more loving to do the way that John MacArthur and Ellis Hannibal just like saying that, oh, he's repenting, now go back to him? Or is it more loving to tell him the truth and tell him the truth, and basically with him abusing them, that pretty much lead to in a either corrective or at least corrective territory, but is more than likely a rebuke territory right there, because you can't just go out and abuse your wife like that. You can't go out and abuse your children like that. That's more of a rebuke territory. I think it's more loving for them to say what they need to say, saying he needs to make this right, he needs to make this right with his wife. And who knows, maybe David Gray could have come out, repented, repented, asked for his wife for forgiveness, his children for forgiveness, and maybe he probably would have followed Christ, man, for real. And when you tell me that this man in jail, and y'all supported this man like y'all supported this man like he's some saint after what he did. I don't know. I don't know to this day he's remorseful about it or not. But man, y'all really okay with that? And it was unfortunate that Ollie Gray didn't hear from John MacArthur and stuff like that. And I think I saw a clip one time where John MacArthur pretty much not willing to address, the whole situation. He really just gonna like let it. He's not gonna talk about it. He's just gonna let it ride. And it's like that sucks, man. I'm like, that sucks, man. Like, you got a serious accusation on you out there, and you thinking that it's a virtue to not at least address it, at least clear something up? Do people think it's sinful to defend yourself? Do people think that I'm not gonna look right in God's eyes if I just go out and defend myself? There's a certain way you could really defend yourself. Well, of course, not everybody's gonna appreciate or like it, but man, it just sucks. Yeah, it just sucks. I wish John Mallon to repent, but I don't know if he's going to. It just sucks. I'm not sure. It sucks. So that's what my mindset is at right there. And I was like, John Santos is wrong. And a lot of people defending him, people saying that he's a faithful pastor, and all of that. That's not an example of a faithful pastor to me. And y'all think that this is more loving to protect them than to clearly see that this is wrong. Did, do people have reasons that they believe that I mean, give them the benefit of the doubt? They probably do, but for me, I can't just stand by that what he did. I can't stand by that. I just can't. And no matter what anybody say, just can't stand by that, man. That's what my that's on my heart. According to what the word say, I just can't stand by that, man. That's wickedness. I just can't do that. I can't. And lastly, there are a couple things about around this. So I'm about to call. So, of course, again, a lot of people do not agree with Seiko posting, well, recording a conversation and putting it out in public. A lot of people don't agree with him on that. But um, that was about the most explanation I can understand, like get out of Corey, at least have a little bit of understanding. The only thing is, you know, the only thing is, he's not, he's not willing to, talk about it anymore or make it clear to stuff like that. That's fine. I had, I can't remember which live stream it was, but I know I was stirred up at a point where I was like, I honestly can't stand, beside Corey, on this one. I mean, I had sent him an email about it, and I at least wanted to get an understanding why, he changed his mind about it, but he didn't respond, which it is what it is. I still consider him as a brother. I am not going to disrespect him, but I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm not. Mm-mm. I'm not going to do that. Love him. I love him. I mean, man, help me out. I mean, I'll be for real. Corey helped me out at times with his content. K-Dub, I'll be for real. He helped me out at times with his content. April Chapman, I'll be for real. She helped me out with her content. I'm gonna be for real. I mean, bottom like that. He helped me out with his content. I'm gonna be for real. Um, and um, Rick Caldwell. I remember I had like a question on Corey channel when I had a little clip on my phone of I don't know about posting it, but I still gotta say. But it was a panel discussion with Corey, Rick Caldwell, and April Chapman. And one time I had a question. I was like, "Do you have to?" I think he's like, do you have to go to Bible school to be a theologian?" And then Rick Caldwell said, "Every believer is a theologian," stuff like that. Which I thought that was nice and encouraging and stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm not gonna act like. I'm not gonna act like they didn't do anything good for me. They had at a point in time. It just now I just can't stand beside them because majority of it is how they do things, and then Corey. All the reason I couldn't really stand with him, it just I was hoping he would be more. I was trying to see if he could be more clear. I mean, get an understanding and stuff like that. But he got to the point where he's like reluctant about answering, and it was like I don't know, man. I'm very confused, and so and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I can't just stand the sound no more after that. But that's where I'm at right there, and you know, uh, that's where I'm at right there with that one. And lastly, I'll go ahead. Lastly, I want to talk about PGOT, and I know you had comment on my previous vid, and of course I asked you, do you have an issue with Seiko, and then why you had a profile picture of him and all this stuff. I was just wondering and stuff. Now you did say yes, and then you want me to, come on your page and you say we chat it up, and Yeah, I actually did went to your page. I saw like a couple of clips that you had and stuff like that. And even on about almost every video in the description, I see that you actually tagged me on there, which I didn't get a notification from unless I don't know. Unless you someone that I don't know about, which I'll mention that later. But when I looked at I remember and you did the Talk remix and I'm gonna say something about that too. And I look at chat, and even in your different videos, I've seen the comment section and all that stuff. And I'll be real. I did not feel safe to just express my opinion about it because I believe what I say may attract people to come at me in a negative way. That's just where I'm at right now with this and how people commenting, about Seiko. That's just where I'm at with that. But uh but first I thought so about that whole Talk remix that you premiered yesterday. I thought that was actually kind of wild that you did took a whole clip of it and just did your little edit. But I thought that was kind of wild that you did it that way. And then of course other clip. I mean, I was just looking at clips and I was like, agree with the I just don't agree with what you're doing. I just don't agree with that. I don't agree. Even you don't like the person, even you go ahead and point and say, okay, he's not a believer. I just don't agree with just, you know, just continue on, I guess, watching this man YouTube channel and then take clips of everything that he says and stuff like that. I mean, I just don't agree with that. That's just me. And now, of course, I guess I'm saying that because when I decided to step away, unsubscribe, step away from Kata, Montana Viking, April Chapman, and of course Corey Minor and stuff like that, I don't go back and watch their videos. I just, go my way and just just let them ride, just let them do their thing. Just focus on what's at hand, what's in front of me. It's, I mean, that's how I am. I have no reason to go on their channels, take clips, and then make a video about what they said and stuff like that. That's just me. But another thing that was like ringing on my mind, I'm not sure if you are the same. I think Mike Heard, but I'm not sure you're the same guy or a different guy. But from what I recall from Mike Heard, there's a couple things I remember about him. One time, and I'm gonna be for real. He came on the live stream one time, Sego's live stream one time, and to me, he came off as disrespectful. This man literally told Seiko to shut up. For for me, like there was no reason to tell somebody to shut up, and I was like, what? Like I just see any reason that. Then I think he made a couple of videos where he was, I guess, mocking Seiko and all that stuff, and I just didn't agree with that as well. But it is what it is about that. That's just how people roll. So um, I'm just expressing, my opinion about that. I don't agree with it. This is the way how you do it if you are a follower of Jesus Christ and stuff like that. So there you have it, man. I mean, I just didn't agree with that. I mean, I can't rock with that. That's just me. So Um, I don't know how else I can clear up about, me of who I am. That being a believer, I guess maybe I don't know. I guess why I still subscribe to Seiko. Um, I mean, there's some reason why, man. I'm sorry that thing popping up. Sorry about that. But I guess there's some reason why. It's for one, he's a brother in the Lord. Number two, honestly, I see there's some things I can learn from him on stuff biblically. And, to me, he's been helpful. Now, now I expressed in the report, I do not agree. I definitely do not agree with him for him saying the N word. Okay, I do not agree with him that. I remember when you first say it's not sin or it's not a cuss word. I was like, what? And I was like, I literally looked it up and did some research, and I was like, and come to find out, well, now I'm talking about with the A. It's actually not a cuss word, which I was surprised, but it is what it is now. Even though it's not a cuss word, I still don't agree on using it. That's just me. Mm, That's just me. Um, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have opinions saying he's prideful. Some will say like he's not a believer. Some say he's jealous, conscientious. I mean, pretty much when somebody was referencing Bible verses about him, yep, it was pretty much saying that he's an evil man. I was like, what? I was like, we're going that far? I mean, I really do not know the reasoning behind those, but who do I know? I do not know a lot of these people. I don't know if I had time to know a lot of these people, but it is what it is at this point. I mean, and the reason why I say it is what it is at this point because, learn from when I posted a report and did it, try to do it detailed as possible. Try to convey to understand a brother, understand the sister, I know. Uh, Even though people may not agree with the actions, let's also seek to understand the intentions as well. Because, there's like about three ways to sin. I mean, there's like sin in three ways and stuff like that. Like one, you can sin on what you say, what you do, and even what you think. And even the things that you know are right but fail to do it is sin. But you know, so uh, that's so yeah, that's just yeah. What I talk about. I don't know what else to say. I am feeling more at peace, just putting it out there, just letting it out. I feel a lot better because I was so stirred up with so many things in my mind. I just want to get rid of it and pretty much learned it from a couple of times um, over the past, almost over the past year. That's like if I got something to say, I mean, if I feel like I was disrespected or feel some type of way, how someone did it, and so why not go to them and say it? So I went ahead, and this is just my example of doing that. There was time that someone at work, um, I under and the thing is, I understand he was more likely joking because been around him long enough. I've been around the workplace environment long enough that people like to joke around and stuff. People trying to have fun and stuff like that. I understand. It was just when this person came, even though I understand he was joking, he straight up said, he straight up said, "What's up, turd?" And I had looked at him. I didn't say anything, but in my mind, I looked at him straight up. I was like, "What did you just say to me?" Like I felt so disrespected at that point. But uh, I understand that he was joking, which of course I was upset at the time. Well, I was mad at the time, but I didn't say anything, and also at the time I was busy. I didn't really have the time to go to him about it. But then on Monday, I just waited. I didn't like just go out and look for him and talk to him. I was just, I knew it when I was going out doing my daily routine at work. I was going to run into him sooner or later. And, when the time's right, I just want to, just talk to him, let him know that, I felt disrespected and all that stuff. And I had that chance to talk with him, and he apologized for it, which, I appreciate that. I appreciate that at least, We'll see if he follow through or not, but either way, I felt more at peace to letting him know how I felt. I wasn't I wasn't trying to tell them that you need to apologize. I was telling them that you need to make this right. I was like this, you know. And for me, I was like, I'm not gonna expect anybody to know better unless they're a believer. But I was like, at least I can just tell them how I felt and then just move on. That's it. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't know how this gonna result in. I don't know what's the result gonna be if I post this or not. But whatever the case may be, uh, y'all got your opinions. I got mine. I hope that I mean, if not, that's okay. It is what it is. I hope y'all got a bit of understanding of who I am as a person, as a believer, and I hope that whatever case of y'all doing in life, I hope all is well. Most importantly, may you continue to follow God through Christ, and then let's examine ourselves and let's do what is right. If we have, I guess for me, I believe that if we have sinned, I mean, I guess for my example, if I have sinned against God, I need to make it right. If I sin against my brother or my sister in the Lord, I need to make it right. If I sin against my neighbor, I need to make it right. Why I'm saying that I need to make it right? Because I know better. And why I say I know better? Because I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. God is teaching me every day, either through His Word or through others. And there's many things that I know through these Holy Scriptures that's telling me what's right and what's wrong. And if I have done wrong, I have to make it right. And everything I do, may I do in the love, and whatever I eat, drink, or whatever I do, may I do it all to the glory of God. And may I continue to strive for to be what God created, what God made me, what God created me to be, what God called me to be, and go forth, press forward, you know. Ah, I mean, this low key was an emotional roller coaster for me. I mean, it's risky because the tension, tensions. My bad. I'm trying to pronounce it a better way. Tensions. Currently going on in the YouTube community, online community, and stuff like that. I don't know if people open to reason and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I believe I said what I need to say. So I'm gonna go ahead, chill out, relax for the rest of the night. I'm probably gonna be tired, but hopefully, that's it. And I pray that I rest well. Be at peace with that. So, I love you all, and I thank y'all for listening. If you actually did take the time all the way through, to hear me out on this one, or just hear me out being honest. I thank y'all, and I love y'all, and I pray that you all have a good day. Um, and that's it. I'm out. Peace out, everybody, and may God be glorified forever. Amen.